The unfinished pyramid, the all-seeing eye, they're speaking to us through these.
Days after JF Kennedy's speech calling on Americans to defeat a new world order, he was murdered. A certain secret society had risen from obscurity into mainstream American politics. It would later spread its influence in several countries and disrupt societal norms. Those who resisted this revolution were shown the way out. The group fingered in the Fury denied all connection with mysterious disappearances and uprising. Do the facts absolve them of these allegations? Keep watching to find out. The Illuminati secret society has been shrouded in mystery since its establishment in 1776. Most of what is said about the group is speculation, because their activities are kept away from the public. While some public figures have publicly declared their membership of the order, others deny that such society exists. Secret society documentaries do not even give deeper insights into what happens internally, thus triggering more curiosity among watchers. The original Illuminati opposed religion, superstition, and obscurantism. Years later, it took several enigmatic forms. How did the Illuminati evolve into what it is today? The history of the Illuminati dates back to the 18th century, when Johann Adam Weishaupt, a professor of canon law and practical philosophy, took a bold step. He was a non-clerical professor in the Jesuits, an order dissolved by Pope Clement XIV in 1773. Jesuits were a secret society within the Catholic Church. This group did everything to protect the Church against its enemies, even if it required assassination. Weishaupt lived his life promoting enlightenment, an intellectual and philosophical movement that promoted ideas based on the pursuit of knowledge. He drew inspiration from Freemasonry because society was based on grades and ranks. Finally, he established a new secret society called Bund der Perfektibilisten. By 1778, he changed the name to the Order of the Illuminati. The earliest members adopted the Owl of Athena as their symbol, while their leader was called Spartacus. Weishaupt joined a Masonic lodge in 1777, where he seized the opportunity to recruit more members to his society. He gave them the impression that both societies were similar, especially with their religion, governance, and re-education ideologies. He asked members of the Illuminati to join, take leadership positions, and spread the Illuminati propaganda. His recruitment focused on wealthy members of society, especially those willing to use their wealth and fame to advance the cause. He soon shifted his attention to ordinary people. Their means of attracting members was by tolerating their prejudices and behaviour. However, he abolished those prejudices soon after they joined. Christians were targeted as members at the time, but pagans, Jews, monks, and women were excluded. The order had 3 grades: novice, minerval, and illuminated minerval. Favoured members were inducted into the respected office of the ruling council called Aeropagus. By 1782, the grades changed to the nursery, the Masonic grades, and the mysteries. This secret society enjoyed unprecedented growth that led many to want to join. By 1784, membership grew from 650 to 2,500. It had powerful and famous people like Ernest II, Duke of Saxe-Weimar-Eisenach, Karl August, and Count Paffy von Erdod, Chancellor of Hungary, as members. Weishaupt had a competing group at the time and wanted his to be distinct from it. Rosicrucians was another movement that promoted mysticism and esoteric wisdom. As the Illuminati spread outside Bavaria, the Areopagites were replaced by the Council of Provincials. Regardless, this older group remained influential and caused a disagreement within the order. This meant that the Illuminati needed more than its influential members to survive. The order was blamed for many anti-religious publications that provoked Charles Theodore's government. He, therefore, decreed that all secret societies cease to exist in 1784. In response to this proclamation, Weishaupt fled the country, leaving behind secret documents and correspondence that were later made public. This caused the group to split without hopes of getting back. During his self-imposed exile, he wrote several articles on Illuminism. Several authors blamed his society for many shortcomings. In fact, the order was blamed for the French Revolution. Today, several secret societies claim to have descended from the original Bavarian Illuminati. However, they bear the name Illuminati or the Illuminati Order, so we cannot say for sure their actual origins. Weishaupt believed that the most effective form of leadership was secrecy. He held that giving humans access to secrets would bring them closer. It didn't matter if the secrets were real or imaginary. The desire to conceal certain secrets led him to establish this order. It has been over 2 centuries since the secret society kicked off. Within the period, it has been the centre of debate and conspiracy theories, one of which is that it controls the world. How true is this? The Illuminati secret society believed that they could control society by controlling money. So far, this strategy has worked for them. These elites have penetrated all aspects of society, especially the most popular ones, like the media, music, and movie industry. Without knowledge of their modus operandi, society is swayed by what they see and hear. When they realise how far they've gone, it's already too late. This secret society believes its power is gotten from brainwashing the population through catchy songs, ads, and all forms of art. They manipulate you to think in a way that benefits them. Realisation of their actions is the only weapon society has against them. They are more scared about the unification of the people. The more the society is united, the more they break loose from the society's evil intentions. The first thing that comes to mind when we hear about the Illuminati is that they are benevolent. Considering that they are enlightened, we expect them to behave a certain way. Ironically, this group does not desire peace and harmony like they make us believe. They may use the name Illuminati, which represents peace, harmony, and freedom for the people, but it's far from what they are today. In the 18th century, when it all started, it lived up to the expectations of the earliest founders, as it aimed at emancipating citizens from mental slavery. Today, it has grown beyond government control. Ever heard of the 13 Families myth? I only found out it existed after some research. Being the most powerful society on the international scene, members are drawn from the 13 wealthiest families on the planet. Remember my earlier submission that the order recruited mainly male elites? Yes, even today, the recruitment process targets influential people in a society consisting mainly of males. These few people make decisions for all of humanity. They hold sway in all aspects of business, education, resources, foreign policies, food, politics, and entertainment. No ruler can escape their domination, regardless of how they try. These Illuminati families were portrayed in the movie Lucifer. Fritz Springmeier is a researcher who has dedicated most of his active years to studying these Illuminati families. His research focuses on the lives of these few families he thinks have a grip on our world. These powerful families allegedly built America and Europe. They even decide the kind of terror attack that will happen worldwide. Fritz further noted that our democracy is less than 250 years old. Before it came into play, these families were in the background, and even after it became popular, they continued. Today, they control 99% of the world's resources, while leaving the remaining 1% to the global population. Whenever there's an outbreak of disease, skeptics often trace it to them, accusing them of trying to control the global population. It is said that these families have access to the cure of deadly diseases like cancer and AIDS, but keep it to themselves since the world's pharmaceutical trade is controlled by them. Fritz lists these 13 families as follows: the Astor bloodline, the Bundy bloodline, the Collins bloodline, the DuPont bloodline, the Freeman bloodline, the Kennedy bloodline, the Lee bloodline, the Onassis bloodline, the Rockefeller bloodline, the Russell bloodline, the Van Duyn bloodline, and the Rothschild bloodline. These wealthy families are strategically pinned in key areas, especially the mass media. All kinds of stories thrive in this sector, especially fake ones. With more people likely to engage in false news than real ones, propagandists seize the opportunity presented by the media. The Illuminati saw an opportunity in the media and used it to disseminate its doctrines. The media is a crucial aspect of society. It debunks or promotes a common truth. This organisation can fine-tune society to whatever it wants to be. And when there's an ulterior motive, it becomes easier to achieve that. Have you ever noticed how many popular musicians make a triangle sign with their hands in music videos? The first artist ever suspected to be a member of the Illuminati was Jay-Z in his song On to the Next One, and Kanye West's Power. Everyone gradually woke up to the reality of a new world order. Like most conspiracy theories, it starts with truths and ends with a lot of speculation. This society took advantage of the music industry in the 90s, when hip-hop music became rampant. Around that period, Goody Mob, in his song Cell Therapy, painted a picture of what the world will look like under the New World Order. He used words like martial law, concentration camps, and black helicopters. He continued that, "Time is getting shorter. If we don't get prepared, people, it's going to be a slaughter." In 1995, Az began his song Can't Win with a monologue saying, "This world is ruled and controlled by societies that exist within societies. You understand? These secret societies are maneuvering within a society to control society. That's why society is out of control. 33rd and 1/3, I heard, the Illuminated ones." After a while, rumours emerged suggesting that some artists were part of the Illuminati conspiracy theory. Jay-Z's immense success was an eye-opener to many, especially those who thought he wouldn't be so popular through his talent, luck, or hard work. Prodigy confirmed this fear in 2008 after sending a letter to Jay-Z from prison. He called him a puppet of the Illuminati. This accusation spread like wildfire and soon covered other popular figures like Bob Dylan, Justin Bieber, J. Cole, Nicki Minaj, Lady Gaga, and Kendrick Lamar. These stars were accused of being card-carrying members of the secret cult. Those who doubted were convinced after videos deconstructing their lyrics were posted on YouTube. Fans began paying more attention to their music videos and interviews. All of these public appearances had secret meanings fans later understood over time. Artists like Kanye West debunked rumours of a secret society called the Illuminati. He believed the conspiracy theories were misleading. He said it was unfair to accuse celebrities who gave their life to music and connect them to a non-existent society. He said, "We don't run anything, we're celebrities. We're the face of brands. We have to compromise what we say in lyrics so we don't lose money on a contract." His submission absolves his colleagues from belonging to any classified group. Whether or not you believe Kanye, he may be right. Come to think of it, is it not surprising that these conspiracy theories found their way into hip-hop? Some decades ago, the music industry gave a voice to critical issues ignored by the mainstream media. Everyone listened to music since it emphasized specific issues bothering their welfare. Although music is designed to inform and educate, musicians understand that conspiracy sells. Could the likes of Jay-Z be fooling millions of us into thinking he owes his allegiance to a mysterious society? You wonder why Kanye West was silent about conspiracy theories linking the Illuminati sect with Tupac's death. The musician was believed to have encountered some descendants of the Illuminati while in jail. His song, Killuminati, might be referring to the sect. Its meaning is still disputed today, with some saying he was paying allegiance to the group and others claiming he dismissed its existence. For him, the belief distracted people from the real-world issues of drug abuse, poverty, and racism. His affinity for the group may have led to his assassination before his 5th studio album was released. The political space is another aspect of society where this order holds sway. In many cases, politicians do not openly announce their membership, but their body language suggests an affiliation. The Illuminati controls US politics, and the key players know this and play by the rules. We know that the candidate that receives more money and media coverage in the US presidential elections often wins it. This public choice is supposedly the Illuminati's presidential choice. The candidate is easier to control and follows the secret society's agenda to the letter. He collaborates with the media to manipulate uneducated voters and leads the election to whatever path it chooses. Alex Jones affirms that the candidate with the purest bloodline often wins. This person is most likely corrupt, but it didn't matter. The darker the candidate's past, the easier it is to sway their decisions. When these candidates win the election, they must follow the guidelines laid out by the organisation. If they try to reveal their dark past, they are eliminated, like John F. Kennedy. The mystery of JF Kennedy's death is still subject to countless theories. Many have pointed accusing fingers at one group and then at the other. On August 19, 2021, Tornik Sokumeli, a Facebook user, shared a post he insists was extracted from Kennedy's 1963 quote. Part of it read, "Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is inherently against an open and free society. Our nation, by nature, has historically opposed secret societies, secret orders, and closed gatherings. All over the world, we are facing a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that seeks to expand its influence on the earth to carry out its own ideas by covert means." The alleged statement continued thus, "I ask for your help on this important issue of raising awareness and warning the American people. I'm confident that with your help, people will become what they are born to be, free and independent. The post claimed that Kennedy wanted to neutralise the Illuminati. 10 days after the alleged speech, he was murdered. It's easy to connect this provocative statement and subsequent murder. Many critics called out the poster, saying the speech was fabricated and didn't belong to the former president. You can understand the doubts many had about this revelation. This speech is not found in any open source or in Kennedy's library. All of his speeches have been properly documented except this one. How then did Tornick get it? Researchers later revealed that the quote had nothing to do with the Illuminati, but the threat from the USSR during the Cold War. This quote had circulated social media without context, leaving room for conspiracy theorists. Still, there's no official proof confirming the actual context of the statement. Another reason many are forced to believe that Kennedy was a victim of this sect is a threat of death. An Illuminati tutor hinted that recruits were asked to sign a pact to uphold the society's goals or risk the punishment of death. He said that they are compelled to obey superior's command, or an unavoidable vengeance will come their way. This retaliation was one that no ruler or leader could defend themselves against. To this day, Illuminati watchers in the US believe that the eye in the triangle found on the back of the US dollar bill is an Illuminati symbol linking the European sect to the highest echelons of the US government. This eye used to be a symbol of Christianity during the Renaissance period. It also appears on the Douay Rheims Bible, which President Biden carried on Inauguration Day. Ginny Cochrane, a staff at the Mint, posited that the eye has something to do with the Masons, and I know it goes further back than that. About the pyramid the eye rests on, she suggested it could represent King Tut's pyramid. This strange eye did not show up on the $1 bill until 1935, taking us back to the question of the New Order. Well, skeptics say the Illuminati is trying to topple the world's governments by installing President Biden in the political sphere, Lady Gaga in the music industry, and many other famous personalities you love. Thomas Jefferson was one of the earliest victims of conspiracy theories. During the presidential election in 1800, his federal opponents set out to fuel a false public opinion about him. They warned the citizens that he would lead America into tyranny and terror. He was accused of making blasphemous comments about Jesus and publicly rejecting Christianity. The rumours developed further, with the opposition linking him to a group of elitist Europeans called the Illuminati, the group that triggered the French Revolution. They pointed out that he was an ambassador to France years before the period and may have joined the group to overthrow the government. Seeing it was successful, he hoped that a similar plot against religion and democracy would work. Skeptics do not take these theories seriously. They pointed out that in the real sense, small groups of terrorists, criminals and hijackers planned secret meetings to execute their evil deeds. They do not need to come under an umbrella and give it a name before operating. Dieter Groh, a social scientist, argues that history is far too complex to be controlled by a group of conspirators. The Illuminati are not only concerned about influencing the most powerful country in the world, they took their message to a relatively peaceful France, and in no time, everything blew up. Did the Illuminati have a hand in the French Revolution? The French Revolution of 1789 is the most important revolution in the history of humankind. Many factors triggered the French people's discontentment, and they couldn't hold it. The actual cause of this revolution is still debated, but we agree that many factors contributed to its birth. It is said to have started when French people attacked the Bastille prison. The Reign of Terror, the abolition of feudalism, and the Women's March were other reasons for overthrowing the French monarchy. The Bastille prison symbolised the monarchy's dictatorial rule, so you can tell why it was a major target. It gave citizens the impression that it was the end of monarchy and time for the people. The facility housed 7 people when an angry mob attacked. However, the attack did not target the prisoners, but the ammunition packed inside the prison walls. The governor had refused to comply with the mob's request for ammunition, so they were left with no option but to break in. After breaking in, they captured and killed the governor. They paraded his head on a spike across the city. The revolutionaries also wanted France to be de-Christianized. The citizens decried the Catholic Church's close links with the monarchy, and the country's lack of tolerance for religious minorities. While it hailed the inputs of nuns who cared for the sick and poor, they saw the clergy as less useful. They also attacked the nuns and monks, who they said spent most of their productive years praying instead of working. The church's revenue in 1789 was 150 million livres, and it owned nearly 6% of land across the country. In other words, it dominated French society. This influence allowed it to take tithes from members, but they were exempted from taxation. The de-Christianization of France fueled the theory that the Illuminati was linked to the revolution. The sect has a long history of dethroning religions and advocating for an enlightened society. It didn't come as a surprise that the same theory propagated in other countries became popular in France. Another group of theorists claimed that the Illuminati members lived in Paris in 1789 when the revolution happened. This helped them directly influence the outcome of the protests. Their involvement remains speculation since there's no proof. However, these suspicions spring up from historical and political antecedents. Again, does the Illuminati secret society even exist? At some point in history, the Illuminati disappeared from pop culture. However, it returned in the mid-1970s thanks to a trilogy titled The Illuminatus. The book was authored by Robert Anton Wilson and Robert Shea. The authors depicted it as a countercultural touchstone. From there, the order became a periodic staple in both pop cultures and popular novels. It also featured in subcultures, where it's often intermingled with alien myths, Satanism, and other alien ideas from the original Bavarian Illuminati. In a survey of conspiracy theories conducted in 2012, Osinski said 0 people in America believe that the Illuminati or Freemasons control politics. Although they claimed not to be aware of the group, the idea remains in their subconscious. It is best to refrain from the debate on whether the Illuminati exist. Every secret society aims to keep its operation discreet. This may be the case with this sect. This also explains why your favourite celebrity justifies their lyrics whenever they're caught. What do you think about a group of conspiracists ruling the world? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please subscribe to Incredibler for more intriguing videos.